Hi, welcome to Verse of the Day. My name is Brandon Hathaway. I preach at the Westside Church of Christ in Owensboro, Kentucky. And I want to thank you for joining me today as we open up the Bible and study the Word of God. Today we are in the book of Romans. We're going to enter the book of Romans, so we're in chapter 1. I'm going to start in verse 26 and work our way through verse 32 as goes forth and kind of brings up some of the points of, mankind and choosing to corrupt our God and his ways that he's blessed us with upon this earth. And so it speaks against the unrighteousness. And so here in verse 26, it says, "For this reason, God gave them up to vile passions." For this reason, God gave them up to vile passions. For even their women exchanged the natural use for what is against nature. Likewise, also the men, leaving the natural use of the women, burn in their lust for one another, men with men, committing what is shameful, and receiving in themselves the penalty of their error, which was due. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to debased mind, to do those things which are not fitting, being filled with unrighteousness, sexual morality, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, strife, deceit, evil-mindedness. They are whisperers, backbiters, haters of God, violent, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, undiscerning, untrustworthy, unloving, unforgiving, unmerciful, who knowing the righteous judgment of God, that those who practice such things are deserving of death, not only do the same, but also approve of those who practice them. And so as we read through these things, and again, it makes a list of multiple sins here that it brings out that those who practice such things are deserving of death. And again, because the wages of sin is death. It doesn't matter which sin it is, all sin, the wages is death. There's the spiritual death that takes place when we commit those sins. There's the consequence of the second death that we could read about in Revelation, in which those will be cast into hell. And so they set themselves up for the wrath of God, and that's verse 32. Knowing the righteous judgment of God. Again, this is a righteous judgment of God. We're not sitting here saying this is what Brandon Hathaway has decided is right and wrong upon my opinions of stuff and what I have felt over the years of my life. This is what we read through the Word of God that He has given to us. And this is God's judgment. This is God's righteousness telling us that these things are sinful, unrighteous, unlawful, and they will not have part in His kingdom, and they will be punished for their decisions. But also read that last part in verse 32, are deserving of death, not only do the same, but also approve of those who practice them. To those who approve of those who sin. Oh, well, I don't do that, but do we sit around and like people's pictures and comments and stuff that other people are doing the same thing? We approve of those who practice such things. We say, well, they should be allowed to do what they want to do. They should enjoy the life that they have and, let them be happy. We're not allowed to sit around and let others just continue in sin. We're supposed to try to help them get out of sin and shine God's light so that people can see the correct path so that they can also get to heaven. So I want to thank you for joining me. Hope everybody has a blessed day today. If the Lord's willing, I'll talk to you later.